There are many ways to get rich in Brookhaven. You can buy Brookhaven game passes, especially the most expensive ones, because then you can get really cool things like particles and even houses. But today I want to test ways to get rich in Brookhaven without spending any Robux. Because in this civilization where I live, you can only get a better house if you look really rich. So since I look like a very poor person, I literally have the worst house of all. But today I want to improve my life. This friend of mine looks a little richer because he has a job, so he has an amazing house. Guys, I'm calling him here because he has to help me. So he finally arrived. Look, you have to help me now to look richer here in Brookhaven. He said, just wear rich clothes. Man, I know that sounds really simple, but it's not as simple as it seems. I'll have to change everything. So now I'm choosing new clothes, and my friend is helping me choose them. Okay, I think I've already chosen everything, and I'll look really rich this way. So I'm coming here to change my avatar. But on the right, I'm going to click on the shirt, and here I'm going to search for this name. On the right, several very interesting suits will appear. But to get a suit like this player's, I'll have to pick this suit on the right. Now I'm going to search for this name, but in the pants section, and I'll use these pants. Now I look like this. So much that I'm going to use this code, and I ended up looking like this. I look like a millionaire, but I'm leaving here so my friend can see it. Man, I need more things to look rich. I need to choose new houses. I need a car that looks rich, and much more. But I'll have to do all this without spending Robux, and that will be the hardest part. He said, but how are you going to get a paid car for free? I already know how I'm going to do that. First, I'm leaving here. I want that player to tell me if I look rich or not, because he's the judge. He's the person who decides if I'm rich or not. So much that now he arrived to evaluate. Look, I really look like a very rich person, and I'm sure I'll be able to upgrade my house. He even agreed with me. Finally, this gate is opening, and now I can go inside. This is the best thing that's ever happened in my life. Now I think this is going to be my house. I literally have a TV, but my friend is coming here, and I want to see what he has to say. So he came closer. He said, how are you going to get a paid car for free? And also particles. But I already know how I'm going to do that. For those who don't know, the people who live in those houses simply have very nice cars, and they have lights under the car. That player also has a car that has lights under the car, and he also has particles coming out of his character. And to get those particles, you need the VIP game pass, which is very expensive. But I have a way to get this for free, without spending many Robux. That player is passing by here, but he saw me, and for some reason he's laughing at me. Look, why are you laughing at me? He said, you tried to copy me, but it's horrible. Guys, he's laughing at me because I'm very ugly, and I can't believe he did that. So he's leaving here. Really, what happened here was very unfair. It literally wasn't fair what they did. We have to leave this neighborhood now. But even he got confused. I don't want to stay in this neighborhood anymore, where people keep talking bad about me. They're going to regret having spoken badly about me. So we're going to destroy our houses before leaving here. Now he got very scared, and he said, I'm not going to do that. Are you crazy? Then leave it. I'll do it myself. I'm literally setting my house on fire because I don't want this house in Brookhaven anymore. I'm going to change houses, and for that I'm going to set this house on fire. Okay, apparently this is working because now it literally started to catch fire. Okay, it's better I leave here because it's on fire. Literally my house is catching fire, and no one else will have this house anymore because this house is being completely destroyed. Literally this is the end of this house. Now I'm going to take a house just for myself. He even doesn't believe I did this. But you have to help me. And it seems he agreed to do it. And that's very good. Now the judge is arriving here. He doesn't know what happened in this house. I stole my friend's car. Now get in here. I'm going to have to get a Brookhaven house, but I'm going to take a free house that looks paid. But now the judge is arriving here, and you have to open the gate. But he's very scared of me. He said, are you serious that you destroyed your house so nobody could get it? Guys, he discovered the reason I destroyed this house. But if you don't open the gate, I'm literally going to break it. And he really opened the gate. So I'm leaving here. But to make it look like I'm really rich, I'll have to get a very specific house. And amazingly, it's a free house that makes it look like I have the premium game pass. Now I'm going up here, exactly to the tallest house of all. This is the highest plot in Brookhaven. On the right, that house is paid. But I'm going to go a little down and take this house, which is literally the same thing. The only difference is that this house isn't finished. We'll have to build this house. And now he got happy. But my friend is literally building this house. Look, isn't that what I said? Actually, I'm going to build this house, but faster, just by pressing a few buttons. I'll have to get here, and here there are 6 buttons. I'll have to press the last button. Perfect. I pressed it, and the house is being built. I just got a fully paid house, but for free. Seriously, I'm really good at this. I think you should also get a house here in the neighborhood. He agreed to do it. Guys, after I left the neighborhood, everything became funny. They made a garden where my house was. They're literally taking care of this place, since there will never be a house here again. Especially because I left the toxic liquid flying in the middle of nowhere. Literally, it's flying. I accidentally ruined their civilization. But look, you should also destroy your house to help me get richer in Brookhaven. He said, use particles. I doubt you can because it's paid. He really thinks I won't get it just because Brookhaven particles cost Robux. To get those particles, I need VIP, which really costs a lot of Robux. But there are these free particles that I can use on my character, but they really look very bad. Simply, those particles are horrible. So I I remove that, and I'll use a secret code to get totally secret particles. I doubt you've seen this before, but actually he went back there. So I think I'm going to follow him. It seems like he's going to destroy his house. So before using this secret code, I'm seeing what he's doing. So he's coming up front. But something very strange happened here at the hospital. Guys, there's a giant helicopter, and it seems this is the location where my friend used to work. Now my friend is coming up front, and he's coming to his house. This is very different, because my friend alone wanted to destroy all this. But my friend's house light went out, and this smoke started coming out of here. Look, you'd better get out of here, because this smoke is toxic, and now it's catching fire. Literally, my friend's house is catching fire, and now it will be completely destroyed. Man, it's better to get out of here. This is literally dangerous. And another house was destroyed in Brookhaven. Even he's coming here to see this. But you can see he's very scared, because he didn't expect this to happen. But now he just left the game. Wait, almost everyone is leaving. Simply after I destroyed my house, everyone is leaving too. It seems like this player is moving to another city, but I have to talk to him to understand where he's going. Man, I need you to stop now. He even came to talk to me, and I just want you to tell me why everyone is leaving the city. And now he got really sad. He said, after you left, everyone started leaving too, because they realized it's not worth staying in this civilization. After I left here, they all realized that they're literally free to take any house they want. And that's why they're leaving here, and even deleting their houses. It's better for a friend to come here to pick me up. So he came right here, and it seems that even the owner of this house will leave soon. Literally, he's already leaving. So much that he's leaving here, he's going to abandon his Brookhaven house. And his house was completely deleted. But there was only one player who didn't leave. He has really expensive cars, and he has a private security guard. The player is even inside, and later I want to meet him. But now let me drive this car, because I drive this much faster. Perfect, I'm coming up front, and I want you to get the same house I have to test something really cool. But I want you to get the paid version of this house, which is this house here. So much that he just got this house, and you can see that both houses are very similar. But there's one difference between these houses. The paid house has several pieces of furniture inside, but the free house doesn't have furniture. But this can be easily solved. Just take this item, then grab the furniture and start placing them around the house until everything looks really perfect. Now my house has sofas. But guys, I want to look even richer, having particles on my avatar. There's a very easy way to get this, and my friend just came here to see it. Man, to get particles is very easy. I'll have to use this code. And now I got these really cool particles. Seriously, this is amazing. I doubt you've seen this before. Man, it's a totally free way to get this. He said, why don't you get a beach house? I'm sure it's worth it. Man, I don't get a beach house because it's very expensive. And like I said before, I don't want to spend Robux. Literally, the mission is to not spend Robux at all. So my house is free, and the particles I got are free, and also the clothes. He said, but there's a beach house that's free. It's true, I had forgotten that. There's this beach house that you need to spend Robux to get. This other house is also paid, but this house is free. And for some reason, there's a pirate ship here. I don't know which pirate forgot this boat here, but I'm going to get a house on that island. And now I just got this car, but this one doesn't look paid. Okay, later I'll have to make some modifications so this car looks paid. So now I'm coming up front, and actually I'm going to have to go to the other island. So I'm arriving here. But look, first let's see what this player is doing in the town, because he's at his house and hasn't done anything so far. He didn't leave his house, and he didn't delete his house. So I'm coming right here. But his security guard saw us, and now he's aiming that item. He said, don't approach my boss. He's untouchable. Guys, he has a private security guard. The person who lives in that house is so rich they have a private security guard. Look, but I want to meet him because I'm trying to become rich. But for that, I'll have to meet his boss. However, he refused. Look, sorry, but I'm going to put this item here. And now he's going to fly far away. So finally, I'll be able to talk to his boss. And it seems his boss is here on the couch. But this boss is weird. He literally has an invisible head. Okay, I can't believe you have that. But he stood up. Man, how do you have an invisible head like that in Brookhaven? He said, it's because I'm rich and you're poor. Now I just got banned. And I was completely banned from his house just because I'm poor. But I'm going to get revenge on him because I have a way to get an invisible head for free. So my friend arrived here and said, I doubt you're going to get it. And not even my friend trusts me anymore. I don't know why this is happening. Guys, there are two very similar cars here, and only one of them is free. The free car is the yellow one, and this blue car costs 1,000 Robux. Seriously, this car is very expensive, but my yellow car is very similar to it, and it makes it look like I spent Robux to get this car. So now I'm driving this, and I'm going to have to get a house on the island. But for that, I'm coming up front, and I crashed the car. I'm going to get revenge on that player by becoming the richest person of all, without spending any Robux. So I'm arriving up front, and here on the right there are several interesting boats, and this is the best boat I got. Literally, this is the best boat of all. So finally my friend is arriving here. He really wants to come on this boat, but for those who don't know, back here there's this button, and if I press it, this thing appears at the back where I can carry people, and that's why I got this boat. So I'm arriving up front, and I'm going to get my house. But you better move this boat from here because it can be deleted as soon as I get the house. I'm going to get the same house as before. I'll press this button, and now it literally looks like I'm very rich. But there are some things I want to change. I want want an invisible head. And my friend is arriving here with the boat. Man, leave the boat there in front, and that way it looks like I'm really rich. Literally, I have a paid house and an island. But what people don't know is that I didn't spend any Robux to have this. And now I'll have to use a very specific code. Before that, I'll search for this name. And here on the right, I can get several very nice glasses. Okay, I got these glasses, and now I'll use exactly this code, and then I'll get an invisible head. Even my friend stood up, and you can see he got really scared with this. He said, I want that too. So you just have to use the secret code. So he used that code, and literally he got an invisible head. Now he removed the hat, and literally his avatar looks really good. But it's not over yet. I have to get really rich. I have to get richer than I already am. So I'm going back to the boat, and now my friend became my private security guard. He's going to drive the boat, and I'm coming here in the back. I'm having the best life ever, because I'm here in the back while a friend drives this boat. Okay, we're going back to the city, and now I'm going to be treated like a king. So he's arriving up front, and I'll have to get off the boat now. Perfect, I left here. And he's putting carpets here so I can walk only on carpets, because I'm really rich. I deserve to walk only on carpets. So I'm coming here. But there are no carpets here, so he's literally carrying me and taking me to the car. Look, thank you so much. There are even other cars I can use to look rich in Brookhaven. But this is my favorite car to look rich, because people think this car is paid. Now we're coming up front. We're literally arriving here running. But before that, I want you to pass by their house, because I want to talk to them one more time. So before that, I'm going to do something they didn't expect here in Brookhaven. I'm going to use this code, and then this other code. And now I got this avatar. So I want to see what the owner of this house thinks about it. You can even see that they're coming here. They're literally watching that we copied them in Brookhaven. But the millionaire is coming here, and I'm sure he's really angry. He said, you even copied my glasses. And I did that because you talked bad about me. I remember very well that you talked bad about me. And even without spending Robux, I got everything you have. But he got so mad that he ended up leaving the game. And even the security guard got confused and decided to run away from there because his boss left the game. And guys, if you want to add me on Roblox, just click the member button, and I'll add you on Roblox.